David Aranzabal, ya se está preparando. Uf, esto va. Bueno, la agenda la pueden ver en la aplicación, la pueden ver en theforexday.com y pueden seguir todo lo que está pasando y lo que estamos compartiendo en esa aplicación gratuita que se pueden bajar desde ya. Bueno, se tenían que haber bajado ya hace tiempo. David Aranzabal, CEO de FX for a Living, trader, fundador de hedge fund, empresario, conferenciante, colaborador habitual en los principales medios especializados del sector. Tiene a sus espaldas más de 150 sesiones de trading en vivo. Ha realizado más de 1.200 webinars gratuitos de formación y es el organizador de la Trading Week, de ForexDay y Trading Accelerator. Reconocido como una de las personas más emblemáticas en Forex a nivel mundial del canal hispano, es también speaker internacional en ciudades como Londres, Johannesburgo, Miami y Moscú. Ha realizado conferencias y sesiones de trading en vivo conjuntamente con grandes figuras del trading internacional como Rob Booker, Bill Hubbard, Lex Van, Axfar Lady y Rob Hoffman. Algunos de ellos van a estar con nosotros y algunos les hemos visto ya. Tiene gran experiencia como jefe de análisis técnico de dos grandes brokers internacionales a los que ha ayudado reforzando su expansión en España y en Latinoamérica. Y bueno, antes de que suba, o mientras sube, voy a aprovechar para hablar del day trading, para presentarles the big numbers. Bueno, decir que esta charla va a estar patrocinada, sponsorizada por FX for a Living. Bueno, the big numbers. Grábenlo, The Big Numbers. Evento number 1, 100 speakers, 10.000 asistentes, 1 millón de euros operados con dinero real. The Big Numbers. Va a ser el nuevo evento online que tendrá lugar, tomen nota, entre el 4 y el 8 de diciembre. 4 y 8 de diciembre. 5 días con 12 horas diarias, retransmitiendo con plató de televisión, horario en España y Latinoamérica. Grábenlo. The Big Numbers, del 4 al 8 de diciembre. David, todo tuyo, estamos expectantes. ¿Has visto cómo está la sala?
Gracias, Susana.
Impresionante.
Thank you, Susanna, for your kind introduction. First of all, I want to welcome all of you here, not for coming here to listen to what I have to say, but for coming to the Forex Day. It's a pleasure to welcome you here on a Saturday with such a great weather. So thank you for, instead of enjoying it otherwise, to be here with us. Everybody's very happy, every speaker's happy. We are very happy organizing it with you. We've been able to talk to some of you and they're very happy. The sponsors are very happy as well. And they have to be very happy so we can all enjoy an event that could be one of the big events, not just in Spain, but also throughout Europe. I've been talking to some of the speakers, you know many of them because they've been here before, and they tell me, hey, David, we go to London or the US all the time, and this event has, it's really not behind at all the big events that we have in the US or in London. So it's a pleasure to be able to have it here in Madrid. Well, you probably see the title and you're gonna probably be thinking, what are you saying? You know, unleash the power within you. So, sorry, but with all the organizational things, I had an issue with the slides. I don't even know where they are. Sorry about it. So I had to change what I was going to do, and I want to talk about something that's probably going to go hand in hand with what we've been talking about today. And in fact, today I felt, I felt like talking about it because what I'm going to do is an improvisation. I got it ready in a few minutes, so excuse me if it's not at the level you were expecting, but I think it's a very cool presentation, especially because it's going to be mostly improv, and I'm going to be talking about things that I feel like explaining. I think it's going to be great. Well, I think this is not, I think the clicker's not working properly. Guys, the clicker's not working. I can do it manually, but I don't know if it's because if it's a Mac. Yeah, guys from Apple always making the mess. Let's see if we can solve it in a minute. Otherwise, I'll just Oh, that's not the one. Okay, that's the one. Great. So how much is a euro worth? You know, it's a joke. It's probably not very original, but it was probably made by some of the other speakers. And you can see that you can buy a hot dog, a pair of socks, you know, probably beer. Depends where you're going to have that beer, but you could have a beer for €1. You can also buy Banco Popular. Well, things are changing. Things are changing, and we have great opportunities before us. I wanted to ask you in the room. This is an event for successful people. Are you entrepreneurs? Or you got your own business? Who's got here? Have you got your own business here? Or it's a company with more employees, or you're self-employed? Great. Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand for a second. Great. Well, we see that there are many of you. If you haven't, if you are not an entrepreneur, would you want to be? Raise your hand, please. Wow, huge majority. Okay, amazing how most of you actually raise your hand now. I think that we are. Well, this is a great moment, really, and I want to encourage you and make the best of it. And I'm saying it from my heart, really. Those of you who are already entrepreneurs, go for it. It's amazing. You have to devote many hours. I'm sure that those of you who have raised your hand work more hours than the ones who haven't, quite probably. But you do it with pleasure, really. If you have to devote 12 hours or 16 hours, it's fine because it's your project and it's your passion. But now we are living a moment in which the internet can change the life of those of you who have not put your hand up before. Of course, it can help you empower your business. I'm sure many of you are already in the internet business. But given the what we are seeing in economic growth and the number of users of the internet, we are not talking about the use of internet we had some years ago, and you can only take a look at some web pages, but high-speed data management, both to upload and download. We can all be a producer, and you can upload quality material, maybe a blog on what you're doing every day, or any other training material, any experience you want to show the world, and you can become overnight a rock and roll star. Everything requires a hard job, and you are not going to become a rock and roll star overnight. Really, you have to work on it, but you have that potential. We could all use this expansion tool that's the internet. And well, how can internet help us? Help all of us here? Well, of course. Over 90% of the people who are here, you get connected to the internet to place your orders. You use the internet to lose money. No, sorry, but to make money. So we've got that vehicle, which is DSL connection from the phone. You can place your orders from there and get connected to our brokers. To one of the brokers that are here in the exhibition, or any other. The ones in the exhibition are actually the best, but you can do what you want. And so you can get connected to your broker and just operate. Because this is quite new. Do you know when the first online broker was born? In the year 2000 in the US. So it's only been 17 years to be able to transform a new business or creating a revolution. Let's call it an industrial revolution. It's not a long time. It's just 17 years. So, imagine what's still to come. But all of those here, you like trading. Many of you have huge experience. Maybe you've been coming to the ForexDay for 4 or 5 times, and some others of you are new to it. Yesterday we had a girl with us that started in March, and she's really, she wants to learn a lot. She wants to learn everything and do it fast. And so, I mean, the audience here in the room is quite diverse. But the internet allows us to develop ourselves as traders, and that's probably why you're here. But I really want all of you, all those of you who want to become entrepreneurs and devote your time to what you really want in life, I really hope you can do it online. It's not just all trading, and there are tons of opportunities out there that can help us be successful in our career or with our dreams, to be able to build what we really want. And in fact, you've got several stands here in the exhibition, businesses in which you can blend the financial sector and the internet. That's what we call fintech. And there are very young people who have been creating those products, and they can actually compete with the banks face to face. And as we just saw with the euro, buy Banco Popular for €1. That's why we have an amazing opportunities that could change our lives. Yeah, that's what we were saying. That it's a great time to grow as entrepreneurs. Both the people who have put their hand up and those of you who haven't. Maybe you haven't because you are a bit afraid. If you did not raise your hand before, but you said, hey, it'd be great to be an entrepreneur and work for myself, why aren't you doing it? Is it because you're afraid? Is it because you're afraid to change your lifestyle, or maybe because you are afraid to change your habits? Maybe because it's laziness, because it's better to work for a different company? Is it security or safety? Well, you have to assess whether you prefer that safety, or maybe thinking about making that change. That making that change could be risky. For a certain period of time, you will have less money than before because you're investing. You have a new business, and maybe at a certain point it might not be as appealing. But I believe this is a great opportunity. Both if you want to be traders or if you want to expand our capabilities. You might have your own abilities, maybe as a trainer or being able to show the product service you've got to the world. So internet could be a channel that can help us a lot. I don't know if you know Tony Robbins. I've been with him some time in his coaching sessions. For you, if you don't know who he is, Tony Robbins is considered the biggest coach or the best coach in the world. He normally fills, it's normally in the US. Once a year he goes to London, but 4,000, 5,000 people go see him, and they go there for 4 or 5 days to get their life pumped up. If you were in ForexDay 3 years ago, I got you all dancing. Some of you are smiling now because you still remember it when my conference started, because it was the last conference and everybody was tired. I said, it's 7 p.m. Everybody's falling asleep, so stand up. And we all started dancing and singing. And what happens? Well, the energy changes, and when energy changes, and in that case, you feel more predisposed for any. Well, your mind's more receptive when you do that. Those are techniques that I used in coaching to help the conversation. And Tony Robbins is the best at it. In fact, you can be with him 4 or 5 days, and the results are amazing. But well, I'm not selling him to you. I just selected some sentences that I believe are very good and can help us think in the things I'm saying. If you do what you've always done, what are you gonna get? Well, you're gonna get what you've always gotten. If there's no break point, if you're always within your comfort zone, you will never be able to get out of where you are. Okay, this is applicable to all the things we mentioned earlier. It could be for trading in your entrepreneurial project, in the future projects of all of those of you who have risen your hand afterwards. Or you might be working for another company or for somebody else, but you would like to have your own business. Or maybe do trading as an alternative way of living. But if we are not able to, to make that change, and we are going to keep on doing what we've been doing every day, quite probably in the next month or the next week, you're going to keep on doing the same thing. So there needs to be a breaking point and say, hey, that's it, no more. In many cases, that moment would you say, not for another minute, those are probably very complex times in the life of a person. But why wouldn't you plan it? Why not saying, why wait until everything's awful to change and do something else? Why couldn't we plan it? And the moment the ForexDay finishes, tomorrow, Sunday, you can start planning how I want my future to look like, and get that energy and change my habits, or what I do every day, and change your work, so you can go beyond what you're doing today. A few minutes ago, I was talking to one of my former students. He was telling me, "Hey, David, there's someone of change for me. I'm going to start a blog." And I say, "Hey, this conference today might be right for you. It might help you." Yes. When was it gonna be? Great, because I probably need it. Sometimes you just need that something to push you a little bit to help you change. Great. This is another of his sentences, and it reads, as you can see, people are rewarded in public for what they practice. They have practiced for years in private, and that's true. If you keep on doing the same things and you have the same habits 3 years, what are you going to get? Well, you're going to get what you've been sitting for many years. I mean, there's nobody going to come here and give you €1 million. If you're ambitious and you want to make €1 million, you have to plan it, and you have to work for it. And obviously, you start with your mind. If you don't start working with your mind, you're never going to make it. Of course, just by thinking it and creating positive sentences saying, "I'm going to make my first million. I'm going to make my first million." I mean, just like that, there's no way you're going to make it. Then you have to do all the planning and work and make an effort, and you have to focus. You have to focus on doing what you're doing, and you have to be determined. To know that what you're doing has no limits. And this is a bit, and this quote. So why live an ordinary life when you can have an extraordinary one? So that might not mean that you have $1 million in the bank. It might just be getting something you actually want, your personal objective. It could be spending more time with your family, or maybe doing something you really like, something that you feel happy about, and not spending your whole day working or suffering in something that you don't really like. If you are doing something you don't like every day, why are you still doing it? So why just have what you've got if you could have something much better? Of course, you want to know of what you want to have better in your life, which I think is you want to improve in your life. Because most of you, what are you here? To try to make more money. Sure. Nobody's saying yes. What's going on? Yeah, sure. That's why I'm here. But then there are many more things. Well, what do we need to do so? You need action. At a certain point, you need to start somewhere. Once I've planned it all, I'm focused, I have them, I'm determined to do it. Well, you have to start every day. And with my effort, my work, my new way of thinking, you have to try to make it every day. A huge limitation we have in trading, when talking about trading, is that I always lose. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. That's, what you normally, tell yourself, or you say to yourself, when you're starting especially, I'm a loser, I always lose. So you have to start changing how you think. And that thought that you start having, it's much easier if you use trading techniques that help us be a bit more consistent. Just like, saying, well, I might be making a bit less money, but I want to be consistent. I want to be consistent, so I'm able to, perform better in the market and improve my trust. Because if I trust myself better, I feel more at ease, and I can start, trading better. If you trade better, you can make more money. How or why? Well, because I've been able to get my trust back. And well, that's all.